So once we create the database, in that database we create the table. So once we create the table, now it's time to insert the values into that table. Okay, so continuing our previous video, so we have already created the table by name student details. So now let's try to insert the values. Insert into student underscore details, and here let's try to take the column names student underscore id, comma, student underscore name, comma, student underscore class. Okay, so now let's try to insert the values. So I will just take student id as 5, comma, student name will be like, I will just keep my name only, Pavan Kumar, and Pavan Kumar, and the student class will be something like, I will just give it as 10. Okay, so now let's try to close it with semicolon. So we have inserted the values, student details. So now let's try to execute this, and now let's try to check it out whether the values has been inserted into the student details. Select star from student details. So now let's see like what are the values has been inserted. So here you can see the student id is 5, student name, student class. So now let's try to insert few more details into this particular table. So I will just copy this, and in the end I will just change some values. So here I will give it as student id, and I will just change it as 6, and here I will just change it as, instead of Pawan Kumar, I will just give it as uh, Mark Thompson, and the student class will be something like he is studying in some 8th class. Okay, so I will just copy this again, and I will just paste it here, and here it will be student id will be something like 8, and here I will just give it as some random name, Mahesh Sharma, and here the student class will be something like I will just give it as 12. Okay, so now let's try to select all these, execute. Section. Now let's try to check it out. Our table, select star from student details. So here you can see the table has been created with the 3 different columns and 3 different rows with student id, student name, and the student class. Okay, so you can also drop the table, or you can just remove the table also by using the command drop table student underscore details. Okay, suppose if you just execute this table query, this particular table will be deleted from that particular database. You can also delete the database by using the command drop database, and the database name student underscore details. So as of now I am not executing this query, because like still I am working on this particular database. Okay, so if you just execute these two queries, you will be able to delete that particular table, and also you can delete that particular database. So just give it as hashtag so that those two queries will be commented. Okay, so this is how you can insert the values into the table in the database. Okay.